Welcome to the world of Japan, the land of the rising sun. So, here we are, we're sharing all about the Japanese culture from their history, population, community background, language, food, religion, and also the current issues and challenges. So, why don't you grab some sushi and tea to feel the same experience with us? So, for the history, Japan was settled about 35,000 years ago by Paleolithic people from the Asian mainland. At the end of the last ice age, about 10,000 years ago, a culture called the Jomon developed. Jomon hunter-gatherers fashioned fur clothing, wooden houses, and elaborate clay vessels. According to DNA analysis, the Ainu people may be descendants of the Jomon. The second wave of settlement by the Yayoi people introduced metalworking, rice cultivation, and weaving to Japan. DNA evidence suggests that these settlers came from Korea. The first era of recorded history in Japan is the Kofun around AD 250 until 538, which was characterized by large burial mounds or tumuli. The Kofun were headed by a class of aristocratic warlords. They adopted many Chinese customs and innovation. Next, Buddhism came to Japan during the Asuka period 538 until 710, as did the Chinese writing system. At this time, society was divided into clans. The first strong central government developed during the Nara period, which is 710 until 794. The aristocratic class practiced Buddhism and Chinese calligraphy, while agricultural villagers follow Shintoism. And Japan's unique culture developed rapidly during the Heian era, which is 794 until 1185. The imperial court turned out enduring art, poetry, and prose. The samurai warrior class developed at this time as well. The samurai lords called shogun took over the government in 1185 and ruled Japan in the name of the emperor until 1868. The Kamakura shogunate, which is around 1185 until 1333, ruled much of Japan from Kyoto. Aided by two miraculous typhoons, the Kamakura repelled attack by Mongol armadas in 1274 and 1281. However, the Showa Emperor Hirohito oversaw Japan's aggressive expansion during World War II, its surrender, and its rebirth as a modern, industrialized nation. So, here it is, the map of Japan, where it is consisting with 8 regions, which are Hokkaido, Tohoku, Kanto, Chubu, Kansai, Chugoku, Shikoku, Kyushu, and Okinawa. And Tokyo, which is located at Kanto, is the capital of Japan and well known as the busy city in the Japan, with the mixes of ultra-modern and the traditional.
The population. The current population of Japan is 126.12 million, based on elaboration of the latest United Nations data. Japan population is equivalent to 1.62% of the total world population, and Japan ranks number 11 in the list of countries by population. There are 91.8% of the population is urban. With that, the median age in Japan is 48.4 years.
Now, let's find out about the community background of Japan. Japan has historically been an extremely homogeneous society with non-Japanese, mostly Koreans and Chinese, making up only about 1% of the population. The Japanese people are primarily the descendant of various people who migrate from Asia in prehistoric time. One of the earliest group, the Ainu, who still persist to some extent in Hokkaido, are physically somewhat similar to Caucasian.
Next, let's look onto 5 top foods in Japan. Number 1 is sushi. Sushi is one of the best known Japanese foods around the world. It is offered in various ways and prices, from the entertaining Kaizen sushi, conveyor belt sushi, where visitors can enjoy sushi for a reasonable price for about 100 yen per plate. Number 2 is sashimi. Similar to sushi, but without the rice, sashimi is raw fish sliced into easy-to-eat pieces. The high quality of the fish caught in all regions of Japan makes it a great choice no matter if you are visiting Tokyo, Kyoto, or anywhere else. Number 3, unagi. Unagi or eel is a fish known to be found mainly in rivers. In Japan, it is delicacy typical in high-class Japanese dining. There are also many casual restaurants that specialize in unagi dishes. At unagi restaurants, you will be able to enjoy kabayaki, where the unagi is put on the skewers and grilled with a special sauce containing soy sauce, mirin, sugar, and sake. Number 4, sukiyaki. Sukiyaki is cooked in a shallow iron pan, traditionally enjoyed in the fall and winter in Japan. It became popular in Japan around the 19th century. Made both in homes and available on menus at restaurants, it is a dish you will want to try when you are craving something hearty. Number 5, udon. Udon is a unique dish known for its thick noodles and is a very popular and traditional Japanese dish. After udon noodles are boiled in hot water, udon is enjoyed in seafood broth soup or by pouring soups and topping like tempura on top of it.
The religion. Most Japanese citizens practice a syncretic blend of Shintoism and Buddhism. Very small minorities practice Christianity and Islam. The native religion of Japan is Shinto, which developed in prehistoric times. It is a polytheistic faith, emphasizing the divinity of the natural world. Shintoism does not have a holy book or founder. Most Japanese Buddhists belong to the Mahayana school, which came to Japan from Baekje, Korea in the 6th century. In Japan, Shinto and Buddhist practices are combined into a single religion, with Buddhist temples being built at the sites of important Shinto shrines. The language. The vast majority of Japan's citizens, 99%, speak Japanese as their primary language. Japanese is in the Japonic language family and seems to be unrelated to Chinese and Korean. However, Japanese has borrowed heavily from Chinese, English, and other languages. In fact, 49% of Japanese words are loan words from Chinese, and 9% come from English. There are 3 writing systems coexist in Japan. First is hiragana, which is used for native Japanese words, inflected verbs, and others. Second is katakana, which is used for non-Japanese loanwords, emphasize, and onomatopoeia. Third is kanji, which is used to express the large number of Chinese loanwords in the Japanese language. Here is the famous saying from the video game Mother, "Jise wa gemuyo, yasunderu naru dare mo Hatajiwo. It means life is a game. Sometimes it's important to rest and pick up where you left off later. This sentence, 3 letters are called hiragana. Hiragana has 46 phonetic characters and it's written in a cursive and flowing style. These are called katakana. Katakana also has 46 phonetic characters and written in an angular and straight style. And these are called kanji. Kanji originated in ancient China. Ideograms depicted ideas and sound, and with 2,000 until 3,000 kanji in general use.
Japan are famous with their traditional and culture. However, there are also issues and challenges that occurs on their cultural problems in Japan. Firstly, overworking and depression. Companies in Japan treat their employees like robots. People in Japan work 12 hours a day and they did not have time for themselves and family. As a result, there are rises in divorce and suicides. People today fail to realize that we work to live and not live to work. Next is bullying. Although bullying is common everywhere, bullying in Japan is quite severe where students even commit suicide. I doubt if the school takes any strict disciplinary actions against the culprits, but the main reason I think is the cultural aspects of keeping quiet. Number 3 is resistance to change. Japan doesn't want to change its policy to match with the current global scenario. Even it evolve work culture or society, immigrations and economics. When a new suggestion is given, people will give all sorts of reasons as to why the new reform won't work and how the present way is the best way. Due to reluctance to incorporate changes and reforms, Japan is lagging behind other developed countries.